President Trump says he's blocking Israel from bombing Lebanon and that enough is enough as the tentative truce between the two countries enters its second day. Israel says it reserves the right to continue targeting the armed group Hezbollah and that it won't pull its troops out of Lebanon. Just as the ceasefire came into force, the Israeli military said it had hit more than 380 Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon over a 24-hour period. One person was also killed by an Israeli drone. Well, these are live pictures from southern Lebanon, where thousands of people have started to return to their homes after 6 weeks of bombing south of the Litani River. Israel's attacks across Lebanon have killed more than 2,000 people since the beginning of the conflict 6 weeks ago. More than 1 million people have been displaced. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun said in a televised address on Friday that Lebanon is on the verge of a permanent agreement with Israel, but that the country won't give up its sovereignty. Let's get more on this with The Guardian's Beirut reporter, William Christou. William, welcome to you. Is there any more detail about this proposed deal that Lebanon may be reaching with Israel?
No, I think we're a ways away from that. This 10-day ceasefire period that was established on Friday, it's meant to create room for direct negotiations between Israel and Lebanon to reach that final peace deal. But at root, and what they'll have to decide at the negotiating table, are two really intractable issues, which is the issues of Hezbollah's arms and the withdrawal of Israeli troops from southern Lebanon.
So just explain that a little bit more, because Hezbollah is a very well-armed military force within the country. They are a proxy of Iran, but they're also a political force. So how would that work in terms of disarming them, and who would have authority over that?
Yeah, so, obviously the group is not going to give up its arms on its own, and its officials have said that last night. And disarming Hezbollah is in the last ceasefire, which ended the last round of fighting in November 2024, the group was also supposed to be disarmed. In 2006, it was also supposed to be disarmed, but it hasn't happened. And that's because Hezbollah is a major political force in Lebanon. It's not just an armed group. It enjoys a wide swath of support from a lot of the Lebanese population. And the argument for keeping Hezbollah's arms from the group is that they need to protect the country. They're the only country that can protect. They're the only group in the country that can protect Lebanon from Israeli aggression. Among the group's supporters, that argument seems more cogent than ever since the latest round of fighting started. Among its opponents in the country, they view the group as having dragged the country into war that they didn't need to be a part of. So it's going to be a big challenge enforcing this sort of disarmament, particularly because Hezbollah is not a party to these direct negotiations between the Lebanese government and Israel.